What's going on, you guys? Costa here, talking about the baseball season as the Oakland A's are going to be starting their season soon. In this case, it'll be in Japan. As we know, they're playing the Seattle Mariners to start a week earlier than everybody else. Opening day is almost here, and baseball just crept up on me real fast. So the A's, coming off a 97 win season, that's the best record since the Moneyball era. Like better than 2012, 2013, 2014. It's crazy to think that's the best team since the 102, or since the team won 20 straight games in 2002. It's been a while winning that much. Regardless, this is a new season. The A's have to find a way to adjust into a new year. Now, of course, you build expectations upon yourself. You're supposed to be winning. They won, set 97. You're going into this year with higher expectations. Everyone's going to say championship and so on. Well, we know this thing called futility. 1-14 when they can eliminate an opponent in the playoffs in this century. That's the record that really stands out to me. Whether it's the Gil Heredia Game 5, whether it's the blown opportunities against Detroit, or the Red Sox, or the Yankees, and so on. But we got to get there first. Okay, the A's have to show me that they can put 2 straight seasons in a row with this group of players. Playing devil's advocate, the Minnesota Twins put in a good year in 2017, and they actually had a bad enough 2018 that led to Paul Molitor being fired. Now, I don't think Bob Melvin's going to get fired, but it just comes to show you can have a good year and a bad year. It's just things happen. Now, there's a lot of mediocrity in the American League, which I'll get to, but once again, with the personnel that the A's have, I just look at the roster and I'd say, I'm not impressed. There's the pitching staff has a lot of concerns. So let's go over. Mike Ferris, welcome back. It's good to know they re-signed him. I thought he was going to walk, but he's the opening day starter. He's officially the best pitcher, team ace right now. You got Estrada who's going to be there. You have guys coming off pretty much surgery, just like Jarrell Cotton comes back. Brett Anderson, they welcomed him back. A lot of guys that are forgettable, for the most part, unless you're a diehard A's fan. And then there are, unfortunately, guys like Sean Manaea who are going to be out for a majority of the year, if not all the year, coming off his own surgery, which it sucks to know when we lost him. So, then of course there's A.J. Puck who could be coming in. We expect him to be the future ace of this team. But the rotation right now doesn't have an ace. We know one thing's going to happen is a lot of openers, or bullpen games. Bullpenning openers, that's going to be the thing for this team. They've signed up a lot of guys for the bullpen, and they're expected to have openers. So obviously you have Soria, you got other players coming in left and right. Say goodbye to John Kelly, Familia, obviously they're gone. But then other guys are just coming in. So who knows? There's a lot of pickups. Can't go over all of them, but last year we saw Trinan emerge, we saw Trevino emerge, and Trevino kind of fell off in the second half, but they don't get where they did without him. He overachieved, it's safe to say. But now you got more options in the bullpen. There should be plenty of options to go with, but someone's going to have a down year, someone's going to have a good year. I'm not a big fan of the Soria pickup, but it also makes sense if he's part of the mix. I still didn't like that they brought back Fernando Rodney, an ancient reliever who's way past his prime shooting arrows. I'm not into that one. But I said, someone will look good, someone will look bad. These relievers turn into ticking time bombs one year and great the next. It's just how it is. So the bullpen is supposed to be the strength. That's what's going to carry this team through the year. Offensively, you look at the infield, Matt Olson, Matt Chapman. What a year Matt Chapman had. Everyone's talking about him. He's gotten all the hype and all the talk. He's deserved it. Put in 2 seasons together and it's pretty clear cut. My take, Chapman is the best position player that the A's have homegrown, drafted, and developed since Eric Chavez, prior to being his injury-prone himself. Eric Chavez in his peak years is right about where Matt Chapman was, or could be. We haven't had a homegrown guy at that level in a long time, and among position players. So Chapman doing his job. Olson, he's there. He's inconsistent, but he's there. Semien, and then you have Jurickson Profar. Welcome to the fold to Profar. It'll be interesting to see what he can do. It's crazy to think he's still in his 20s. I think he's like 26. He was a top prospect of his time, and I think change of scenery is going to help him a lot. I like what they're doing. well, I didn't get Larry a walk. So Profar's got a lot to prove. He should be hungry, and he could stick it to the Rangers. That's the best part. But also that leaves, where does Beretta go? Where does Mateo go? They got no room on the infield. They could be trade bait unless there's injuries that come up. So at least at Beretta, this organization has botched him. He could be gone very, very soon. Who knows? Just you have to start thinking that way. And then there's the outfield. Lariano looked really good in that second half. I know that one throw's gotten all the talk. You still have, I know at DH you have Chris Davis. You still have plenty of guys of depth, guys like Pinder, Canha, or depth guys, but nobody flashy per se. You have solid guys who can rotate in and out like Martini and so on, but nothing's going to break it away per se when you look at that. But it should be solid. I shouldn't see any complaints there. And you look at catcher, this is a big hole. Fegley, Herman. I mean, the computers say Herman will look good as a half player, but this is nothing impressive. It's all about Sean Murphy and the farm. That's the guy we're waiting for, the guy that a lot of people are looking for. I know they're going to wait to call him up for the whole arbitration clock thing. I don't know when they want to start his clock, but I'm sure that they don't want to do it immediately on opening day. So we're going to see a lot of Sean Murphy, I'm expected maybe in the second half. Yeah, the first half's going to look ugly, but it is what it is. And then, yeah, look at the coaching staff's mostly the same. Yeah, of course, Bob Melvin in charge. He won't be going anywhere. He's the mouthpiece for this organization and so on. So, but I'm just kind of feeling stale with him. I don't feel he's ever going to take his A's team to the promised land. He'll get them competing. He's gotten them up. But I'm still bitter over how he played that 2013 playoff series. Just to me, there's no urgency. But he has been good with what the personnel they've got. So where does that leave the A's? Well, once again, the rotation doesn't have an ace. There's not even a number 1 pitcher. Fears, in my book, is a number 3 pitcher. So that's your best pitcher in the rotation. You're pretty doomed. You're going to be living and dying by your bullpen and so on. And that's the scare. I don't know what I'm seeing. And then you look at the rest of the competition. There's the Mariners. They just blew up their core. They did the right thing, and the guys of the past showed they couldn't get it done. So they got rid of everyone they wanted except Seager. Nobody wants him at contract. But they're going to be probably annoying head-to-head. I think Yusei Kikuchi's a good pickup for them. He's going to be interesting. But the rest of that team, they're just going to be annoying head-to-head. This is a rebuild for them. You know, they've been starving postseason. They got the longest drought in MLB. So Ichiro's first year in MLB was the last. If you remember, they got, 119 wins that year? It's going to be a long year for them, but they're going to be rebuilding. Texas Rangers, that's a team that is also rebuilding. You look at that staff, especially the pitching staff. They got Shelby Miller on it, okay? That's all you need to know. That rotation is nowhere going to be close. But their hitting lineup is going to be annoying. I'm sure when you play those games in Arlington, which that park shouldn't be gone, but good job, guys. Y'all didn't build a roof earlier when that ballpark was constructed. You don't kind of build a park that's less than, 30 years old. The Rangers are just going to be annoying. When you play in Arlington, you can never write off no lead is safe. Angels, that is a mediocre team that hasn't shown what they can do yet. They're wasting the years of Mike Trout and what could be Shohei Ohtani together. Trout, yeah, he's got 2 years left. You just saw where Bryce Harper signed, and people are going to put 2 + 2 together. Yeah, I don't know if Trout wants to spend his whole career in Orange County. They haven't done anything minus 1 postseason appearance in the Mike Trout era. They have pitching depth issues. I mean, they signed Matt Harvey and Trevor Cahill in their rotation. So pitching depth, big issue. They had a lot of injuries. It hurt when they lost some guys, but still, their pitching depth is a problem. But Mike Scioscia's gone, so congratulations. You got Brad Ausmus as your manager. I think they can do something as long as you have Trout. Supposedly you can do something, but it's just prevented them from doing anything. The rest of the team has been awful, so you don't know what they're going to do head-to-head. And then, of course, there's the Astros, who are the favorites. Dallas Keuchel is unsigned at the time of this video, so I can't really say much, but you know, the Astros are still the Astros. They're top talent. It took them a couple of years to blow up the roster and retool it from within, but you know, look where they are now. It just took some years, and really didn't take number 1 overall picks outside of Correa. There's plenty of other guys that they developed from the bottom up. So Yeah, Astros still the favorite. They still have Cole. They still got Verlander, even though they're a year older. And you still have the other threats, the usual suspects like Altuve and so on. So where does that leave the A's? Well, to me, they're going to be fighting with the Angels for the second spot in the division on paper. Of course, the Astros were on another level than the A's were last year, but maybe the Astros have some injuries. Who knows? The A's had 1 million injuries last year. They survived with that bullpen, but they ran out of gas in the postseason. That's the problem. They can only take them so far through 162 games. In one big matchup with the game on the line, this A's team has always folded in my lifetime, minus one playoff series. They've all found ways to lose, found creative ways to blow it. It's just a tease, as I say with often, tease with a capital A. That's what A's baseball has been in my lifetime. So, can they come in second? Yeah. In the division, sure. They can repeat that. I don't know about 97 wins, but let's look at the other competition in the American League. The Central is a messy division. You don't know what the hell's going to happen out of that. Indians probably regress, but the rest of that division, someone can emerge like the White Sox. A lot of teams are just in mediocrity there. And then you look at the East. Of course, the Red Sox and Yankees are going to contend for the top 1 and 2. We're back in that era. Blue Jays, mediocre. Orioles are trash. And then you have the Rays, who were the biggest threat to the A's when it comes to the standings at the end. I think the Rays were the ones utilizing the opener. I think a lot of teams have picked up on it. You look at how other teams have hired from the Rays organization. I think Baldelli is a manager elsewhere, and I believe the Blue Jays hired someone from their organization. And of course, the Rays have been the farm team for others, just like the A's used to be. The Rays are that philosophical organization that's come up to be innovative with new things. And they've been careful with third time through the order. They've been very careful on a lot of things. And opener has been the newest trend, as we saw last year. So they're going to be the biggest threat to the A's for the wild card spot, at least from what I've seen, besides the Angels. But once again, the A's have to show me that they can repeat that kind of success with the bullpenning and the openers. I don't know what's going to happen there. I see the rotation just not very good. But the competition, a lot of these teams are below average or in limbo, or they're in purgatory, mediocrity. So there's hope. It's not like it's impossible, as last year showed. But repeating 97 wins is not very likely with the current roster or the current pitching staff. They're going to have to win a lot of games with the comebacks that we saw last year. Remember there was that one game in Arlington that was like, what, 4 runs in the ninth or something like that? There were a lot of those magical comeback wins. And sure, they can happen, but it's not likely to keep having those comebacks and magical wins if they want to be a playoff team again. So I don't have them repeating 97, but can they get to 92 wins, 93 wins? Yeah, I think with the offensive core they have, you can't write them off. But the odds tell me the pitching staff isn't good enough to get there. So they can regress, pitching could go down if they have a losing record. They can be as bad as, say, 75 wins and as good. I think their ceiling this year would be 95 wins if they get there. But I wouldn't be surprised if they're just a 500 team that's competing, that's very up and down and inconsistent. But just the pitching staff is not there, in my opinion. But hey, baseball is baseball. Anything can happen, right? It's a new year. You just cannot base everything off last year. And right now, I'm not impressed with the pitching staff. But things can surprise you before, right? We know this A's team is invested currently in trying to get a new stadium, which I'll just get to briefly. It's all graphics. I don't buy any of those Howard Terminal graphics unless I see a shovel in the ground. Okay, Dave Cable's made all these promises, and I'm sure the A's Access package is good. Congratulations to those who got those. But I don't see the Howard Terminal happening. Someone is going to block it. Some regulations, some politicians, or some owners of that land. Someone's going to block that from happening, is what I see. And then it's going to come down to the Coliseum site doing something there. That's just what I think could happen. But I'll just wait and see. I mean, a shovel has to be in the ground for me to take that graphic and design with the gondola seriously. It looks ridiculous with the gondolas, but it's all computer animation. That's all it is right now. It won't be reality unless we see grounds breaking. So until then, I'll continue to doubt what I'm seeing until the shovel is in the ground, like it was for Avaya Stadium in the earthquakes, or like it was for Chase Arena, the other team that's moving out of Oakland. And as we know, Oakland's going to lose 2 teams. They could be losing all 3 if they don't get themselves together. It's really up to the politicians and Libby Schaff and the other council members. They're going to have to say, they can do all this lip service, but actions are going to speak more than words. So, yeah, stadium, who knows what. We know the A's can't have their payroll spent until they get that stadium. And that's been the lingering talk as an A's fan, is just seeing nonsense. So, can this team contend? Yes. I'm not expecting it personally, but things can surprise me before. I'll keep an open mind. I just don't like the pitching staff from top to bottom, but the bullpen can only do so much. And even if they get there, will they win a playoff series? I would be happy if they make the playoffs and win a playoff game, because of that 1-14 record in the 21st century, when you can eliminate your opponent. That includes the Royals wild card game, that includes said failures in Detroit, New York, Boston, on. That's all I've seen as shortcomings with this team when it matters most. So, yeah, that's what I want to see, but who knows? I expect a lot less because of the pitching staff. So, let me know what y'all think. The A's, it's a new year ahead. We'll see what goes on. I'll hopefully attend some games. We'll see what happens. Let's go Oakland.